Hey guys, what's up? It's Anne and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video about why I went vegan, and this is something like really kind of close to my heart. It totally changed my life completely, and so I just wanted to share on the fact on like why I did it, like was it hard, like stuff like that, like things that I get all the time, which is fine. I just feel like talking about it makes it more normal for people, and you can just understand me and others a little bit more, to be more accepting and not like so judgmental, because the majority of the world is a meat eater. Last January, so this was a year ago, I did a yoga challenge, and it was Yoga with Tim. I'll link his channel below because it's so interesting and so cool that you can do yoga like anywhere. It's so nice to try something new. It feels so interesting in your body to just show such self-love when you hadn't before, and so that's where I was at that point in my life, and I was just so open emotionally and eventually like physically through yoga. I was doing that yoga and I was paleo, and I talked a little bit about this in my like fitness journey video, but this is just gonna be more focused on like my decision to go vegan. Yeah, so I was paleo and I had 20 pieces of bacon and a little thing of salmon, like I don't know, like this big my last day, so I felt very like lethargic and heavy and like bloated and just not good, but like emotionally I was feeling great and physically, but until a point my body was just like, you need to change your diet, you know? And so I literally woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, maybe I should go vegan, because I know, like, I didn't know anything really about Tim Sinesi and his diet, but I knew a lot about other yogis, and they were so happy and so like light and just loving, and they just had this positive relationship with food, and I was like, I really want that, because I had never found that in food for a while, and that's really sad. I don't right now, but I really strive to have that relationship. And so anyway, so I looked up vegan in Pinterest, and I found this Gary Yourofsky speech, and I will also link that down below because it stressed my over the night switch. I didn't do it gradually, I just switched completely overnight. So I was eating meat the day before and bacon, and then the next day it was just salads. I just made those decisions, and in his talk it was talking about how we as children love animals, and we have this great relationship with animals, and then eventually over time we become like sort of immune, or we kind of like don't acknowledge them. And I think there's a certain term for that, but I just was like, yeah, that is weird. Like, we subconsciously must notice that we're eating a living thing. And so I noticed that, and I watched the really sad cruelty videos, and the typical thing. So that was going through, and I was just crying. I was sobbing, and I just felt in my heart that it was like right for me to create this gentleness. So in yoga we call this ahimsa, and this gentleness in my diet just would flow into my life and reach my heart, so that my entire being would be full of just positive and good energy. Thinking about it, like, you are contributing to mass killings of animals, so you're taking in that energy into your diet, and you're also taking in like the effects from the meat and the chemicals and all the other bad things that go with that. There's a book that I read called Skinny Bitch if you'd like to know more of the science of why you shouldn't be eating meat and all those other like animal exploited products and stuff like that. So there's the science effect, but really it just comes down to my heart. Like, that's why I went vegan. And I know a lot of people think that it's like super high maintenance and stuff, but it's just really the choice. Like, I am doing this because it makes me a better person, it saves the environment, it saves the animals, and that means a lot to me. So, you know, the fast, quick, cheaper, easy thing, I don't care like how I'm gonna get my food, but I am. like you go to a restaurant, you're like, how are you even gonna eat here? You make adjustments so you know what you're gonna eat. And like it takes a few months to get adjusted, but you find out what you're gonna eat and it works every time. Like you'll figure it out. Like there's gonna be times where someone serves you cheese and you're like, what? Like, so that happened to me actually for the very first time a few weeks ago, and it was like, it was heartbreaking, and like I wanted to do my best for my cause, but I couldn't. So I mean, you just gotta keep moving forward. A lot of people judge me for it, and it kind of takes me aback because I'm loving the world, and I'm loving myself, and I'm loving others with this. I don't understand how I'm judged for that. I know PETA and like crazy vegans, we have like a bad rep, but even the crazy vegans that like splatter people that are wearing fur, like they really do have good intention deep down. Like I don't want to be a part of harm. You know, I want to be a part of love. That's the reason I'm Christian. That's the reason I'm positive. Like, it means a lot in the backbone of my humanity and who I am. And so becoming vegan was another layer of strengthening who I am and my values. So finding being vegan was just like, what? Like this never would happen. But I figured out that Beyonce did it. Found out all these really cool people were a part of this, and I mean, that's not why I did it, but I found out like, oh, like we can do this, we can change the world, like even if it's one person at a time. It's your ecological footprint, it's your, like these are your hands, and like you shape how you live, and so that's all that matters. I think you can only control yourself, and like for you to be like, oh, defeated, like, oh, you're not going to be able to like change the world, like you are. And that much bigger purpose of like helping others and all that good energy, I think it's worth it. So I guess that's why I went vegan. If you have any other questions, things like that, I would totally be interested in making another video, answering them in the comments, stuff like that. I do have a what I eat in a day video, and that will be down below as well. But yeah, so I just encourage you, maybe try going vegan for a week or two and see how it affects you, because I feel light and fresh and centered, grounded, all the good things that you can imagine. So I just hope that you guys have a great weekend, or wherever you are in life, and I'll see you next time.